Hi, my name is Sarah Bentley Pearson, and I am excited to share my podcast, which features wonderful talent that I've been so lucky to discover in the Southeast. This was born out of a list that I created in 2015 called Sarah's List. And through my work in real estate, which I've been doing since 2005, and styling work, and just my personal life and my personal interests, I've been able to meet so many wonderful people, and I'm excited to share them with you. So, you are the brother I never had, which is weird how that kind of developed over the years because your lovely wife, who I consider one of my closest friends as well, but somehow you and I became friends, I think largely because you have such a great sense of humor.
I don't know how we became
Yeah,
friends.
I don't know. Well, I think when I got divorced too, you were like kind of a big brother to me, and Monica probably is like, go check on Sarah. And then you're just, your job standing to being a builder, which is your main profession, you would be waiting on somebody and then we would talk and then we'd get into these ridiculous conversations that would go on. I think you're like, you could be a comedian too. Like you're a great storyteller.
I, I don't know. We, I don't talk to anyone else. So I just pretty much talk
Just
to
to
you,
me.
and I talked to one of my guy friends and you, and it's just kind of
It just starts and
rolling.
we'll go on these stupid tangents. But my husband, like, he'll be like, I'm like, I gotta call you back. I'm talking to Zach, and we tried the other day. He was driving somewhere. I said, I'm talking to Zach. I gotta call you back, and he goes, No, let's three-way it. Weigh him. I want to tell him some shit too. And then we called you, and you didn't answer, and it was hilarious. He's like, You're not putting me on hold to go back to Zach, and I was like, Because he sparks joy and makes me laugh, and I need some damn laughter in my life.
Don't ever three-way me.
But I want to go back to how I met you, your lovely wife. I was thinking about this in the bathroom before our interview. You know, Monica's a great person, and she's a great person for many reasons. One being that she was always very hospitable to me and my ex-husband when we first moved to Atlanta. And when I was having Pearson, my best friend who lives in Switzerland, came over for the shower, which was so great that she did that. And she met Monica and she said, She's a keeper. She just has that. She is just a very good person inside and out. And she's funny. And she says that I'm fashion Barbie and she's exotic Barbie.
Yeah. That's why you like her.
Yeah. So we share our interest in fashion. Her mother, who just passed away, unfortunately, was a fashion icon for Atlanta. And so anyway, met you guys, and you had been the developer of the houses that we all moved into at that time. And that's how we got to know each other. And so when you and Monica met, you also decided to become a painter just on your own with no training, which is fabulous.
Yeah. My mom was married to an architect. They were building their house on Peachtree Dunwoody, and they needed someone there on site. So I said, well, I'll do it. I don't have a job. I'm straight out of college. So I just show up. I didn't know anything about building. I just would show up and make sure that people showed up. That was really it. Sweet. So I did that for like a year until they moved in the house. And then I was like, oh, I kind of like this. I couldn't figure out. So I stayed with the building. I did the whole building builder training program that John Whelan offers for 2 or 3 years. And then I moved over to run Village Park, which was with Laurel River, where I met you and Monica. I had always been artistic growing up. I was always drawing. I was always painting. I took little classes when I was younger than P, when I was 10, 11. I took a class on monoprints. So I've always kind of dabbled in that. Um, but it wasn't until I bought my own house, and I think I went to a Steve Penley exhibit over at the Mater Gallery, and then Todd Murphy was showing the same time over at Lowe, and I
Mm-hmm.
walked over there, and that was when I was exposed to Todd's work, which was huge.
He and Penley kind of dominated for a good bit.
Yeah, the whole gallery scene over there was just, it was packed. I mean, it was just going off. And I was exposed to art that actually, you know, um, I like Penley's work, but the ones that affected me were the Todd Murphys because they were like 12 feet, 15 feet long, massive pieces. And so that kind of sparked the interest. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I've got my own house. I don't, I'm trying to be an adult. I don't want to put posters on the
Right.
walls. I'm going to try my hand at making a painting. And that's kind of all where it started.
But like your hand just intuitively matched your eye, which is so, I mean, I've taken painting and drawing classes. My hand does not match my eye. That's like a God-given talent.
I don't know. My first paintings were what you would expect. It was just getting energy out and just making a mess. And then it was like, let me see what I could do if I wanted to paint a person, for instance.
Right, you did Monica. I remember that.
So I did. Well, I did the kids. I did Nico and Christopher, um, and um, it just kind of happened. I just made the painting. It really was pretty quick. Um, I don't know. I'd never painted a person before until then, and then I was like, well, oh, okay. Well, I can actually make a painting that looks like a person. So there's something here. I'm going to keep working on it. So every night I'd get home from work and I'd crack a beer. I'd go into the basement and I'd work until 2 or 3 in the morning, um, and then go to work, my regular job, building Village Park,
Hmm.
and then I don't know. Within a year, I had probably 20 or 30 paintings, and just doing what I thought I should do.
And yeah, and I mean, but you kind of, I remember your very first show was somewhere down here on the south side of Peachtree.
Yeah,
I don't remember what the gallery was, but like you had it packed. That's probably Monica was a big part of that and her circle of friends and everything.
probably.
But you just kind of hit the ground running, and I was so impressed. And I remember you telling me that had you not met Monica, you weren't sure you would have painted or something like that. And
I mean, it's those sliding doors. You just don't. You, I doubt I would be painting, but
what was it about her that lit that in you? You wanted to get in
um,
the basement? I'm just kidding, Monica. But like, what was it about her that lit that fire in you?
I don't know really. Maybe I was just like too embarrassed to put a poster on the wall.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
It
most
was like,
guys who didn't have the skill wouldn't be like, "Oh, let me go buy some paint and try my hand at
no,
this."
I certainly am different in that regard. But I'm also kind of, the way I was brought up is I can kind of do, everybody tells their kids, you can be whatever you want to be when you grow up. I mean,
And it's true.
and it's true, but I mean, I actually believe that. So, um, so like anything I thought, oh, I want to do that. I'll be great at it, or I think it in my head. And so when I said, oh, I want to paint, it it just never occurred to me that I would suck at it. I was just going to do this, and
You're kind of like
I
me with
was,
the podcast. Like, but
yeah.
everybody, but I, like not everybody's good at everything. I mean, there are some things, especially in art, that